Hello everyone, the date is March 2020, and today I wanted to do something different than a normal deck profile. So I assembled every rank 1 XYZ monster in Yu-Gi-Oh! And I will be talking about their various applications in this video. So sometimes rank 1s are a one-of in certain extra decks, or sometimes people play an entire rank 1 themed deck using level 1 monsters like Jester Confit, or Glow Up Bulb, or Evil Thorn, Rainbow Karibo, sometimes even Effect Veiler. But either way, rank 1s are pretty cool in my opinion, so I wanted to talk about them in a dedicated video. Most of these monsters are honestly not amazing. Some of them are very good, but I have messed around with most of them online in different decks, and I can say that if you're building a deck around one of them, of course you can put some of them into specific decks, but if you're building an entire deck around one of them, Lionheart is probably the strongest single monster to build a deck around. So anyway, let's start with number 56, Gold Rat. So it requires 3 level 1 monsters. Once per turn you can draw 1 card, then shuffle 1 from your hand into your deck. This card isn't said to be very good because it doesn't give you a plus and is pretty hard to get on the field, but still it can unbreak your hand. And I tried putting it in my old school Lightsworn deck because Lightsworns have a lot of bricks and can also make rank 1s. But now with Link monsters, if you have 3 materials on the field, you can generally make something stronger than Gold Rat. So now Mirror the Starbearer protects itself from destruction and also protects level 4 lower monsters from destruction by card effects. Casual rank 1 strategies and decks might try to make this card to protect their Skull Servants and King of the Skull Servants just in a generic level 1 engine, maybe even using Relinquished as a side strategy to seal your opponent's monsters and then go into this card, Mirror the Starbearer. But just like Gold Rat, there are a lot of better options if you have 3 materials on the field. So now we have Shamu G Soldier. Either player draws a card or gains 1,000 life points. So again, like the previous 2 cards, if you are dedicating your precious materials to a monster that helps your opponent in addition to yourself, I think it is safe to say that there are better cards that exist besides Shamu G Soldier. So 1, Baby Tiragon, allows 1 level 1 monster you control to attack directly. Again, with the Skull Servant theme, probably most useful with King of the Skull Servants as a target because it's a level 1 monster that can have really high attack if you have enough Skull Servants or King of the Skull Servants in your graveyard. So now we have Keiki, Nagashi, Futo. Unaffected by other cards' effects, and as a quick effect, this card cannot be destroyed by battle, and you take no damage from attacks involving this card. So this card would be really good if it had more than 0 attack, but also in combination with the field spell XYZ Override, you can actually potentially stall the game for a very long time by having an untouchable wall on your side of the field in the form of this card. Number 39, Utopia Roots. I do not believe you can put Utopia Prime or Utopia Ray on top of this card, and you definitely cannot put Utopia the Lightning on top of this card, but you can use this card for the summon of Utopic Zexal. It's essentially a regular rank 4 Utopia, negating attacks, but you can boost his attack too if it negates an XYZ monster's attack. Slacker, Magician, and Ghostrick Dullahan. So we're getting to some legitimately useful cards here. Slacker Magician and Ghostrick Dullahan can both be used in Frog Monarchs, which is a deck that tries to endlessly special summon Treeborn Frog, which is a level 1 monster from the graveyard, most of the time to use as tribute fodder for the Monarchs, or sometimes to go into rank 1s like these cards. Frog Monarchs also uses oftentimes Battle Fader, which is another level 1 monster that does special summon itself to your side of the field. Slacker Magician can stall the game for a long time with its protection, and Ghostrick Dullahan can get over beaters. So now we have Galaxy Queen. This card gives piercing to all your monsters and makes them indestructible by battle. In addition to its use in Frog Monarch 2, which gives piercing to the Monarchs, which do have high attack, Galaxy Queen can be used in Vylon decks by using 3 Vylon Spheres. So hopefully you will also have like a Vylon Omega or a Vylon Alpha, the Synchro monsters, which do have protection as well, to be protected by Galaxy Queens for just ultimate protection on your Synchro monsters. Embodiment of Crime, Embodiment of Punishment, These cards were severely hindered by Master Rule 4 because you actually need both of them on your side of the field at the same time to use their main effects, which is of course harder to pull off if you need a Link Monster too. But if you have just one of them, all you're doing is forcing your opponent to attack, which could still be useful if you use it with a card like Blazing Mirror Force or Golden Castle of Stromberg. Lyra Liske, Assembled Nightingale, and Recital Starling. So I have never played a Lyra Liske deck, but I hear that in Lyra Liske decks, Assembled Nightingale pushes for game via direct attacks when you can't burn your opponent sufficiently with the fusion monster Independent Nightingale. Recital Starling is, I hear, a 2 or 3 up that searches other Lyra Liske monsters or searches DD Crow, which is also a level 1 winged beast that can be searched off of Recital Starling. And on top of the Lyra Liske level 1 monsters, Lyra Liske decks use splashable rank 1 engines like Where Art Thou, DD Savant Kepler, and Performer Pal Trump Witch. Now we have Sylvan Princess Sprite. This is also played in Lyra Liske in addition to Sylvan, Mermails, and Spirals. So it establishes your graveyard if you excavate a monster, or sometimes lands you a very helpful, usually spell, but sometimes trap draw as well. So pretty splashable in a good amount of decks. Number 78, Number Archive. So again, Spiral uses this card, or can use this card, after you use Machine Duplication on Quick Fix or Drone. You put a number XYZ on top of Number Archive, and some good targets, I am told, are 24, 77, and 81, which all normally require like 2 level 6 monsters or 2 level 10 monsters, 2 level 12 monsters. So theoretically, Number Archive could be an easy way to summon all of those other number monsters. We have a number 100 Numeron Dragon. Requires 2 number XYZ monsters with the same rank and name, and it gains attack equal to the combined ranks of all the XYZ monsters on the field. So it can be used in OTKs, but was definitely hindered by Master Rule 4 because now, before April, you will need a Link monster that has multiple arrows pointing downwards, and then 2 XYZ monsters to make this card, and then also another XYZ monster with a high attack or high rank. So number 100 can gain attack equal to the rank of all the XYZ monsters on the field. And the last one is Lionheart. So if you're going to, like I said, if you're going to build a deck around any of these 1 monsters and make it your main strategy, Lionheart would be the one to choose, in my opinion. It's a wall that either inflicts battle damage to both players or to just your opponent. So if you plan to do this, use all the rank 1 engine cards that I've already mentioned, plus some that I haven't yet mentioned, some like Unknown Synchron for free special summon, or Cyber Larva for more special summons as well, and also Mystic Piper for draw power. 1 for 1 is another pretty obvious choice, and Kinkabio, the spirit monster, is a pretty good option to easily get another material on board if you're going for a Lionheart deck. So anyway, that does it for the rank 1 XYZ video. I appreciate that you watched, and the next video is going to be a deck profile of Battle-In Boxer. So thanks, have a good one.